What's going on YouTube? Is Donnie B All day. So we have a giveaway this morning. Cheers, mates. So here's the deal. Let's get some of this crap out of here. We did our next milestone, right? Our next milestone was 3,000 subscribers. Pretty good. It's been our first year and a little bit, I think, of doing knife reviews, and we jumped up to 3,000. So that's doing good. I think we could do better. Tell your friends, because the more people we get, the more giveaways we do. Just the way it is. In today's giveaways, I'm doing 2 of them. D-Bad survival bags. That's right. I have these 2 bags going. They're mini backpacks. And basically, these are the kind of things you're going to put in your car, put in your, your campsite or your anywhere you go, or even by your door. You know what I mean? I don't care if you have a beach house or what. You put this near something where if you need an emergency stay somewhere and you need gear that's going to be able to survive you for a month if the world goes to crap, this is going to be it. Everything in these bags you'll be able to survive with. That's a guarantee. I mean, you'd have to be pretty not to be able to survive at least a month with something like this right here. So let's get into what's in the bags that you guys are going to win. Then I'm going to explain to you how you win it. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. We don't need to open 2, so we'll just put 1 to the side. Understand that you're getting the mini backpack, right? In every bag, you are getting a carabiner and a metal cup. Good for collecting water, good for cooking water, cooking food, soup, things like that. In a survival situation, having a metal cup is more important than you would ever guess. Metal is big time when it comes to that. Let's get into this small pocket first and see what we have just tucked away in there. Just some random stuff, things that you would never think to bring on a survival situation, like rubber bands. We got some rubber bands in here because when you're talking about tying things up, when you're making a structure, holding things together, rubber, even making yourself a pillow out of a t-shirt or something, you stuff it with some leaves, and then you take your rubber bands and you hold your ends together. Rubber bands, as stupid as it seems, come in really freaking handy. Really handy. So you're getting rubber bands. You're like, who cares? Balloons. You're getting balloons. There's another rubber band in there. With the balloons, you don't realize how easy it is to go from the stream or the river or the lake or wherever you're getting your water source from. You can fill a lot of water in a balloon and it takes up very little space. Balloons actually are better than you'd think as far as having around for survival situations. They're good. You rinse them out that first time, you pour it out, then you bring it. That way you're getting more water than you can carry in just this cup. Balloons in a survival situation are actually important. You'd never guess. It gets better, guys. This is just the outside pocket. And zip ties. I threw in some mini zip ties because, again, when you're talking about building a structure and you don't know, maybe you don't know how to peel vine and braid to make ties, rubber bands and zip ties will do the work for you. And it's a lot stronger. You don't have to worry about it than tying a piece of vine. So that's in the outside pocket. All right, so I'm going to put everything separate. So we got the balloons, we got the zip ties, and we have the rubber bands. Now let's get into the inside pocket where the stuff is. All right, so number 1, fishing hooks. You gotta have fishing hooks because fishing hooks help you fish and fish helps you eat. These are pre-lined so you only have to tie onto the loop. They're good little hooks, and you don't have to worry about being in the woods hungry or and you're cold and your hands are shaking. You're trying to get that line through the eye. And it's a pain. No, it's already done. Already done. So you have fishing hooks. Well, what's good fishing if you don't have fishing line? Fishing line is good for a couple things. A, fishing, and B, tying up your structure, making yourself a cot or a chair. Having fishing line, muy importante. So you have fishing line. Oh, this one is so important that most people leave it out of your bag for your protection bag and all that. This is so important. You can die if you get an abscessed tooth, a little poison. A little toothbrush and toothpaste can help you keep your mouth clean when you're stuck in the woods and you don't think about that kind of thing. That is important. It gets better. It gets better, guys. All right, so here's something that's also important. You can try and find yourself a smooth rock somewhere, but a sharpening stone. And not talking about one of those little ones that used to come in the 1980s Rambo packs. An actual stone. And this is double-sided, so you have both grits. It's so important because your tools are going to keep you alive. And if your tool dulls and you don't have an edge, you're not going to stay alive very long. So you must have a sharpening stone. All right. Ooh, what is this guy right here? Ooh, look at that. It opens up so nicely. A first aid kit. So alcohol pads and band-aids and things like that. If you are having any kind of stay in the woods, especially where your knife is your main survival, and the first thing you have to do is build yourself a shelter, there's going to be some nicks and cuts along the way. Shelter building, sometimes you have some slip-ups. First freaking aid. You don't find band-aids growing off pine trees. All right, so next, right here, the all emergency weather poncho. Not only can you wear this in the rain to keep you dry when it starts going, to keep you from getting hypothermia, but if you suck at shelter building, this little guy right here can be a very good makeshift tent. So you have your poncho. What's next? This one, a lot of people wouldn't think to bring either. Your mirror, right? Not only you can see, is it going to be your emergency mirror? Hey, help me! You see that? Not only is it a signal mirror, but it's a, oh no, I just got something in my eye mirror. It's, oh no, I just got some kind of sting mirror. It can be a lifesaver, but mainly you're looking at a signal mirror right there. And that is huge if you are in one of those situations where you're completely stranded. If you decided to go out for a hike and you fell off a cliff or something happened, and you know that there's planes going by, boo, 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 or you can see people on a ridge, but they can't see you, signal mirrors are important. What else? What else you got? All right, so you need fire. You need fire. A ferro rod with a striker is so freaking needed. And I got these little ferro rods with these strikers because there is a ruler on the striker. And if you've ever built a shelter or done something where you want everything to be right and work, even though it's a small ruler, having some kind of measurement abilities is big time. It's big time. But this is bigger. Having yourself a ferro rod, and not one of those really cheesy pencil lead thin ones, this can be a lifesaver. Literally a lifesaver. All your cooking, all your heat comes from fire. What else you got? Oh, one of my favorites. I did a whole video on the importance of these. A compass. A compass, because a compass will get you in and a compass will get you out. It's the best way to not be lost, and if you do get lost, it's the best way to be unlost. Compasses are monstrous when it comes to understanding where you are, to getting around terrain. You can pinpoint a spot in a distance away from you, and look through on your wire and say, I need to get to that spot, but you can't go in a straight line. So you use your compass, you figure out, okay, that's this direction. I need to go that way. Up, I just took a left. Wait, where's my spot again? Boop, up there it is. Now, compasses are so important. Do yourself a favor and learn how to use a compass. Watch the videos out there. There's a jillion of them. I even touched up on it on my what I would take in a go bag essentials type stuff, and go bag must-haves. And a compass is just absolutely needed. What else you got? All right. Well, it's kind of hard to see in the dark if you don't have a torch. So one of the big things is if you're in an area where there's wild animals, you are going to need to be able to defend yourself along with just live, right? So if you're using your knife or whatever to carve a spear, make a spear, become a spear, so you can protect yourself from animals, you're going to want your hands free as you walk around at night. And having a torch that clamps onto your dome is good. And I'm even supplying the first set of batteries. So we have the flashlight. What else you got? Line, cordage, rope. You need some kind of tie down if you're making traps, if you want to make a raft, if you're making a shelter, if you're making just about anything out there in the woods. If you want to make that spear, you need cordage, you need line. So line is in this bag. So there's everything. There's everything you need to survive. You have your cooking, you have your health, you have your fishing, you have your sharpening. Wait, why would you need a sharpening stone if you didn't have a knife? Because you get a Mora. So yes, I just did a review on the Mora yesterday, so you guys can see what to expect when you get this knife inside of your package. And it is going to be a workhorse of a blade. So you have every single thing you need if you were going to get dropped off right now in the woods, or if you were going to have an oops moment off a cliff or anything. If you have this kind of stuff, and here's another thing, when you get it, I'm not going to put in food in here because it'll go bad, but for when you go and you are about to leave the house and you're bringing your go bag, throw in some granola or some sunflower seeds, some like Slim Jims or meat, some dried meat. Things like that, guys. You don't understand how important it is. You just don't understand how important it is. But this package right here, and I'm gonna give you the proper shot. Let me come around to you. It comes around to you all. So all of this you're getting in your D-Bad survival bag, and I'll tell you what, it's not very hard to survive when you have the right stuff to survive with. So that's it. Now, you've seen what's in your survival bag. How do you win it? This is going to be pretty easy. Now, I told you, instead of dropping names in a hat where I could have left 3,000 out of 3,000 names, I could have left 2,500 names out of it and just picked from 500. Not going to do that. I want this to be fair. So here's the deal. I'm going to give you guys a chance. Everybody gets to put in one answer only. Unless we go through 3,000 people and nobody's answered, then we can restart. But here's the deal. Everybody gets one shot, and you have two chances to get your one shot right. There are two numbers that have been significant to me. Two numbers. And if you've been following my videos, at some point those numbers would have popped up. So with that being said, the numbers, I'm going to say just between 1 and 100, right? There's two numbers. Everybody who goes on gets a chance to say one number. So if you log in with one single number guess. And if you guess the number, if you're the first one to guess the number, you win. If you guess the number and then the next guy guesses the same number you guessed, not the second number, you're the only one that wins that item, right? The next guy has to guess the second number. And if it's not guessed right away, or if it's not guessed before my next video, I will drop hints in the next video and it will restart who gets to play, right? So if by the next video I make, by the next review I do, if people haven't guessed, I'm going to drop hints to help you. So there are 2 numbers, just 2, that are significant. And anybody who's been with me should have an idea on what these numbers could be. But it's the simplest way to win all this. Is all you have to do is write down a number, type a number, and that's it. So you get 1 shot, drop a number. If you get it and you're the first one to get it, you win it. You win it all. All right, that's it. Good luck to everybody. Use your heads, pay attention, think about the stuff that you've seen on my channel, think about what's been important, and I guarantee you somebody's going to say, wait, I know this. So there's only 2 numbers out of 100 numbers that you can choose from. And I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint right now. Number 95 to 100, it's not one of those. Number 1 to 5, it's not one of those. That makes it only 90 numbers to choose from. Yay! Look how easy that is. All right, guys. Good luck. Guess some numbers. I am Donnie B All Day. And until next video.